Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. It is Wednesday, August 13th. Thanks for being here. Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Before I jump in today's Red Mic message, a program note. Um, I have no idea what's going on with Spotify. For the last week or so, Spotify sounds like I recorded it way too loudly. Uh, in the radio business, we used to refer to this as sounding scorched, um, loud to the point of distortion, even. And the funny thing is, this is my only input. I record this live on Facebook every day, and then when I'm done doing it live, I wait for Facebook to process it, then I download it to my computer, and then I take that MP4, that video file, and I upload it to all the different channels, right? Spotify is the only one that sounds scorched. I have no idea why. So I'm thinking about dropping Spotify completely. Um, If you have any ideas on how I can fix it, if you have any ideas on what I can do uh, otherwise, or if you want to tell me, you know what, who cares about Spotify? Just do what you do. I don't know. Just let me know. Anyway, back to today's Red Mic message. Today's Red Mic message: quiet cracking. Um, saw this term yesterday in an email. I get a lot of email newsletters. Sometimes they give me ideas, and I go down rabbit trails and come up with a red mic message, or sometimes they end up me chasing my tail and wasting some time. Anyway, quiet cracking. Supposedly, it's a new term that's making the rounds in some workplace conversations, some HR, you know, areas. Um, Quiet cracking. It's not as loud or as overt as quiet quitting. It's not as obvious as burnout, but it refers to a slow leak of sorts in a person's spirit. It's that creeping disengagement where they still show up, they still do the work, but there's no spark anymore. They're just going, they're almost an automaton. They're just going through the motions. Now, this kind of disengagement build doesn't happen overnight. It builds up. They still go to meetings, they still send emails, but the energy and the purpose behind them have faded. They smile less in the workplace. There's less urgency, and it's more about just getting through the day, which it reminded me a lot of that scene in Office Space where Peter is having one of his meetings with the Bobs, and you've heard me say this phrase before. The thing is, Bob, it's not that I'm lazy, I just don't care. And Bob with the glasses says, don't care. And he says, it's a problem of motivation, all right? Now, if I work my tail off, he didn't say tail. If I work my tail off and Initech ships a few extra units, I don't see another dime. So where's the motivation? And here's something else, Bob. I have 8 different bosses right now. And he goes, eight bosses. I beg your pardon? 8 bosses. Eight, Bob. So that means when I make a mistake, I have 8 different people coming to tell me about it. That's my only real motivation is not to be hassled. That and the fear of losing my job. Now, here's the key point about this quiet cracking. But you know, Bob, that will only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired. Think about that. That will only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired. If that doesn't describe what that author was talking about, I don't know what does. That's the kind of disengagement that comes from feeling unseen, unheard, unappreciated. uncertainty about the future, um, seeing the same things go unaddressed week after week, and eventually you're like Peter. It's not that you're lazy, you just don't care. The result's the same. Good people stop giving their best, and they do just enough to keep from getting fired. They've not only stopped caring, they believe that caring doesn't even matter. And it's not a complicated fix, I don't think, but you have to be intentional about it. You have to listen more than you talk. People notice when they're heard. Another Office Space scene. It's when he's trying to explain about seeing the memo. Yeah, I've got the memo right here. I just made that mistake one time. Well, tell you what, let me make sure you get a copy of that memo. They didn't hear a thing he said. They were just going through their checklist saying, well, memo, check. Give it to Peter, check. Was it any wonder that Peter got so disengaged? Recognize effort, not just results. Now, this goes counter to a lot of stuff that I've always told my kids. I used to always say, does it matter what you wanted to happen or what happened? Um, and I still believe that a lot of the time. But when it comes to engaging your people, you've got to make them understand that their effort was important. What do I mean by that? Everybody contributes in their own way. Now, not everybody gets to carry that ball across the goal line, but everybody's contributing. It's it's sort of like, yeah, picking up that quarterback on your shoulders after they score that touchdown, but then slapping the lineman on the backside and saying, hey, good job, man. You know, they didn't carry the ball, but they were definitely involved. So everybody needs to know that their work is valued. Give people opportunities to succeed because the small wins are going to build their confidence. They're going to rebuild any confidence they've lost. Connect their work to a larger purpose. Everybody wants to know that what they do matters. They want to be engaged. They really do. But you've got to make sure that they understand why what they do is important. Don't just set goals. You've got to set the tone too. And the tone that you set is going to determine whether people lean in or whether they quietly fade out, whether they quietly crack. If their belief comes back, if you help them grow that, if you help them regain that belief, then they're going to start fighting harder. They're going to start working harder. They're going to start caring more. And teams that believe in the mission, teams that believe in what they're doing, those are the teams that succeed. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. I hope you will give me a like, a follow, and a share. Please join me tomorrow. Do you believe it's already Wednesday? Hump day. Tomorrow's Thursday. That means it's almost Friday. Woohoo! I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. Come see me again tomorrow. Go out there today, knock the cover off the ball. And until then, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.